Kenya's COVID-19 curve has not been flattened, and neither has the country been declared COVID-19 free. But if the events of this week are anything to go by, the mammoth political gatherings, social events, protests and demonstrations, it seems as if Kenyans have rebooted and reverted to the old normal. Flouting the containment measures persists, even though the Ministry of Health has repeatedly warned that a premature relaxation could reverse all the gains made since March. This, even as 190 more positive cases were recorded in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of cases to 35,793.
Friday morning, Eldoret town in Uasin Gishu County. The Kapsaret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi led a demonstration. Hundreds of youth and border riders massed in the North Rift town. Even with police presence, the officers themselves donning masks, many in the crowd had thrown caution to the wind. Never mind that wearing masks remains mandatory, and there was hardly any social distancing. At the onset of the pandemic, not having a mask was a serious offence that could warrant arrest. Likewise, political and social gatherings of this nature would be disrupted by police and attendees arrested. But enforcement has become lax. More gatherings have become the new norm in a changing political climate. The Amurua Dikir MP Johanna Ngeno's procession to his Mogindo home also drew crowds, whom likewise were oblivious of the containment measures. The ODM leader Raila Odinga made inroads yesterday into Taita Taveta. Today he addressed another meeting in Kwale County. The Deputy President's rally in Kisii on Thursday was also the perfect ground for a mammoth crowd. Hundreds milled so close to each other. Neither the Deputy President nor the elected leaders, including South Mugirango MP Silvana Sosoro, who addressed the crowd, wore masks. The President has also on several occasions addressed crowds milling as his convoy passed. The Ministry of Health has repeatedly implored political leaders to refrain from gatherings, and seemingly their pleas are falling on deaf ears.
Political gatherings that draw large, jostling crowds, which is an ideal condition for mass transmission of the virus. These three key challenges are rolling back the gains we have made since we began fighting this pandemic.
A decline in the test positivity rate, positive numbers recorded, may have largely contributed to Kenyans letting their guard down. Many Kenyans have cited fatigue in observing the public health guidelines. Of importance to Kenyans is the question, should we relax? Should we let our guard down and go back to life as it was? Experts say no, not yet. Different counties are reaching their COVID-19 peaks differently, and now that the counties outside Mombasa, Nairobi and Kiambu are the frontier for political and social gathering, there is a high possibility that there could be more transmission when containment measures are disregarded.
A second wave in definition would be you have few cases and then suddenly you start seeing 300 cases, 400 cases, you might say, oh, we've got a surge. What would be the reasons that those kind of surges would come is if there's a population that has not been exposed and suddenly the virus is introduced to them, then you'd see those number of cases as the virus moves through the population.
In the last 24 hours, 190 positive cases were recorded out of 4,609 samples, bringing the total number of positive cases to 35,793. 395 recoveries were recorded, bringing the total number of recoveries to 22,442. 4 deaths were recorded, bringing the total number of deaths to 616. Nairobi recorded 65 cases, Kitui 27, Mombasa 16, Uasin Gishu 13, Embu 10, Kisii 9, Garissa 6, Kajiado 6, Kiambu 6 and Machakos 4. But even though observing the containment measures is primarily a personal responsibility, Kenyans would look up to their leaders for example and direction. If the government gives a directive for one thing, then its officials do another. How are ordinary Kenyans expected to follow the directives? Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV.